All right, so in this video we're going to take a look at graphing a parabola where a, right here, is negative. Remember that when a is negative, the parabola is going to frown. So it's going to be a parabola that's going to be looking like this. The vertex, remember, is going to be a high point. Okay? We're going to keep that in mind as we graph this and as we get points for it. All right, we're going to begin just by looking at values of a, b, and c. So we've got a equals -2. B is equal to 4. And c is equal to 3. We're going to begin by graphing the y-intercept. Remember, the y-intercept is always c. C is 3, so the y-intercept is 3. 1, 2, 3. There's the y-intercept. All right, step 2, we're going to look for the axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry. Remember that formula is x equals the opposite of b all over 2a. And in this case, that's going to be opposite of b. Well, b is 4, so the opposite of 4 would be -4 all over 2 times a is -2. So the axis of symmetry would be located at -4 all over -4. So x equals 1 is the axis of symmetry. And I'm going to draw that line, x equals 1. I'm going to draw it right here. There's that vertical line crossing the x-axis. Whoops. Crossing the x-axis at 1. And now we're going to take a look at reflecting the y-intercept. We're going to reflect that point over the line of symmetry. So since the y-intercept is 1 unit to the left of the axis of symmetry, the reflection point will be 1 unit to the right. There we are. So we have 2 points out of 5. All right, next we're going to find out where the vertex is. We know the vertex is on the axis of symmetry. How do we know that? Because the axis of symmetry always passes through the vertex. The other thing we know right now about that vertex is that it has to be up here somewhere. And the reason it has to be up here somewhere, don't forget, is because this parabola is going to frown. So the vertex has to be above these points. Let's find out where it is. We're going to input this x equals 1 into here. So for the vertex, we're going to input x equals 1. So y is going to be equal to -2 times 1 squared plus 4 times 1 plus 3. All right, so now we've got to keep PEMDAS in mind. Got to follow PEMDAS. We got multiplication, -2, times an exponent. PEMDAS says you need to do that exponent first. That's the first thing we're going to do. The second thing we're going to do is multiply. So y is going to be equal to -2 times 1, right? Because we did the exponent first. 1 squared is 1, plus 4 plus 3. Y is equal to -2 plus 4 plus 3. And that means that y is 5. So the vertex of this parabola is located at input 1 for x, output 5 for y. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just like we said, it's above these 2 points. It has to be because it's got a frown. All right, now for the next point, we're going to choose a really nice, easy x value to input. But notice you cannot use x equals 1 because you've already used x equals 1 right here. Remember, you used x equals 1 here. So you can't use it again. If you try to use it again, you're going to end up right back here. So you cannot use x equals 1. In fact, at this point, you cannot use x equals 0, x equals 1, or x equals 2. You can't use any of those. So we've got a choice of either x equals -1 or x equals 3. And I guess I'll do the 3. I like to use x values that are positive when I can. So we're going to input x equals 3 into this equation. So that means that y, the output, is going to be equal to -2 times, let's see, -2 times 3 squared plus 4 times 3 plus 3. And again, right here, we've got to keep in mind PEMDAS, right? So y is going to be equal to -2 times 9 plus 12 plus 3. Y is equal to -18 plus 12 plus 3. So y is equal to -18 plus 15, which is -3. So we're going to plot the point 3, -3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And for the last point, we're going to use reflection. This point that you just graphed is 2 units, 1, 2, to the right of the axis of symmetry. So the reflection point will be 2 units to the left, 1, 2, of the axis of symmetry. There's the parabola. It opens down like a frown, just like we said it would. Way back at the beginning, we said that would happen. Right here, we said that. All right, these have allowed you now to graph, these videos have allowed you to graph or to teach you how to graph parabolas when A is positive and when A is negative.